Jeff Daniels at the Boxers Trainers Channel. And folks, we are live. Today, we got the breaking news from sources unknown to y'all, that is, that Vasiliy Lomachenko, better known as High Tech Vasiliy Lomachenko, has announced his retirement. And today, for boxing in general, that is not good for everybody that loves the sport of boxing as I love the sport of boxing. Vasily Lomachenko was the type of boxer, right, that was always in the fray of things when it came to the upper echelons of his opponents, right? I mean, Vasily Lomachenko, in my opinion, was one of the best lightweights in the business. He is formerly the undisputed lightweight champion of the world and currently holds the auspices of the WBA lightweight champion of the world. Now, Vasily Lomachenko is leaving boxing because of a severe back injury. That happened sometime last year, but it was just mentioned like maybe 6 months ago, right? He was scheduled, or the um, position was on the table for him to have it out with Shakur Stevenson. That position didn't last very long because it was announced shortly after they went into negotiations that Vasily Lomachenko was going to back out that negotiation, as he did, right, because of his injury. And as memory serves me correctly, he did have uh, surgery on his back. There was never anything mentioned in regards to the successful nature of the operation, but it should be safe to assume that that operation didn't go well because today, today, June 5th, 2025, Vasily Lomachenko has retired. And we want to give a shout out to Vasily Lomachenko because, in my opinion, Vasily Lomachenko should be considered as one of the best in boxing. Right now, how long that will um, muster any success depends on the next generation of upcoming athletes, boxers. Right, but as it stands today, in my opinion, Vasily Lomachenko did a superb job as lightweight, undisputed champion of the world, representing boxing. So I mean, we want to be, fair to Vasily Lomachenko. Uh, Although I must add that Vasily Lomachenko record is what, 17-3. His his big accomplishment actually occurred during his amateur career. And if memory serves me correctly, I know that he was one time Olympic gold. No, one time Olympic gold. He won the gold medal in the Olympics one time. Now I was almost going to say twice, but I was thinking about this, uh, the female boxer. Ooh, her name, her name escapes me. How can I forget? What is her? Wow, I gotta get. I gotta. I should get that name out of here. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Carissa Shields. Carissa Shields. So Carissa Shields was two times um, Olympic gold medalist, right? And that was one of the reasons why um, she easily adapted to the professional level of boxing because she was that good as an amateur, where she went straight into professional and made a name for herself, right? I mean, her reputation is similar to Vasily Lomachenko, but actually Clarissa Shields is actually more accomplished than uh, Vasiliy Lomachenko. But you know, I mean, again, this is about Vasiliy Lomachenko, right? Shout out to Vasiliy Lomachenko. And I was hoping that we would have some type of dialogue tonight with people in the chat, but it's obviously it doesn't anybody want to have any conversation about Vasiliy Lomachenko and his accomplishment in the lightweight division, and that's okay, right? You know what I mean? But yet and still, I am going to give Vasiliy Lomachenko all his due props. You know what I mean? Tonight, and keep it moving, because when you have greatness in the entertainment world, right? That should be acknowledged, especially in boxing, because as far as the entertainment is one thing, but boxing is a dangerous sport, right? And it shouldn't be taken lightly. And I think that a lot of people really don't take boxing as serious as someone like me. I take boxing serious because I have been in the ring. You know what I mean? I have been one of the few that 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 does this as a pundit, as an analyst, right? A boxing analyst, right? That had literally been in the ring and um put myself in harm's way. You know what I mean? That's what boxers do. That's what I did. You know what I mean? And the thing about a dedicated athlete, a dedicated boxer, in this instance, right, is that there's a difference between good and great when it comes to uh, wanting to be great, right? You have some people that are good, but you have some people that are great, and they demonstrate that greatness by the work that they put in. You know what I mean? I'm talking about it in preparation to become great, right? You have to work your butt off, man. You know what I mean? And I just don't think at this juncture, based on the nature of boxing today, that a lot of boxers really have that ideal in mind to want to be great, and that's okay. You know what I mean? As long as boxing continues to grow and develop, hey, I'm good with that. But I'm just saying for the record, as it pertains to me as an ex-boxer, right? I'm telling you what it takes to be great, and that means getting in there and working your ass off, right? To get great, right? It's a lot of dudes out there that I believe deserve the title of greatness, right? Um, uh, Especially David Benavidez, uh, Bud Crawford, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Devin Haney fits up in there somewhere also. And the list goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? But today we are celebrating one athlete in particular on this live chat. Vasiliy Lomachenko. Man, I liked that cat because that cat, you know what I'm saying? He had put in the type of work necessary to be considered as great. You know what I mean? He had a thing about angles, right? It was like, uh, now you see me, now you don't, right? With his angles, he would be in one position 1 second and gone in the next, right? You know what I mean? Based on how he conditioned himself to be able to be that flexible where he could do that. You know what I mean? And again, that goes back to how you challenge your skill set. If you want your skill set to be great, I don't care if it's a puncher, if it's a boxer, or whatever the case may be, right? You got to work to get there. You know what I mean? And a shout out again to Billy Vasiliy Lomachenko for putting in the necessary work to become great. You know what I mean? And actually, we gonna miss Vasiliy Lomachenko because Vasiliy Lomachenko was the type of fighter, right, that the fan base loved to see. You know what I mean? They had a certain craving for Vasiliy Lomachenko because of the fact that the performance that he brought to the table was exceptional. You know what I mean? And I think as we move forward in boxing, there'll be other greats. There will be other greats, right? But let's just hope that uh, in our travels in boxing, that we'll have somebody that can match the skill set of a Vasiliy Lomachenko. That being said, look, man, y'all hit that subscription, but hit the like button and drop a comment in the comment section. And let me know if y'all gonna miss Vasiliy Lomachenko or if you're not. But for me, it's thumbs up, man. I don't miss that dude, man. You know what I mean? Vasiliy Lomachenko was a warrior. First class warrior. You know what I mean? And contrary to the fact that he's out of boxing, his memories will last forever. Forever. He was a great boxer. He was one of the great boxers laced up a pair of gloves. Vasiliy Lomachenko, one of the best who ever laced up a pair of gloves. I'm gonna say that again. You know what I mean? And one more time, I'm gonna give a shout out to Vasiliy Lomachenko in the house. That being said, I'm gone, y'all.